I do recommend Kinderpedia to all schools from nurseries to high schools.
The user interface and how you work with it is really quite amazing. The design is phenomenal. So our school is a little bit different. We focus on a self-directed learning model. So all of the learners, as we call them, all the learners are sort of enabled to make their own plan, set goals themselves, and they aren't being taught. They have the support of staff members who help them through the learning process. So it's also a blended learning model. So all of the curriculum and all of the content is online, whereas there are also in-person locations where they can actually attend to get some personalized aspects. Well, the main reasons that we selected Kinderpedia was the opportunity to integrate as many services as possible. Initially, and I think what's common with a lot of schools is that you have to utilize different tools, kind of try and bring them together. And that can create, especially with our model, that can create a bit of confusion for kids having to, and for staff to have to work with different tools. So one of the main reasons that we did select Kinderpedia was to sort of integrate as many tools as possible. The benefits of Kinderpedia for us specifically are quite a few things. One of the main things that we looked at is how it can create a good connection between the parents and the kids. So the staff members can, add media, add activities, add events in such a way that can cause quite a good connection, where the parents can feel part of the process. We think that's something that is very, very useful for our school. The other thing is how you can create events and activities and how that links into the billing and invoicing. So not only can you then invoice quite effectively and that's all integrated into one tool, but when you add events and activities that are also added extra costs or carry extra costs, that can easily be added onto the billing and invoicing for the clients. So that was really quite great for us. And the other thing is that communication sort of internally within our company as well as externally to the parents and to the kids, that is also implemented within Kinderpedia quite effectively. So you've got sort of live chats, instant messages, as well as a newsletter on the platform that allows you to start communicating externally in a really great fashion. The user interface and how you work with it is really quite amazing. The design is phenomenal, but also their focus on creating like a connection between kids and the parents. So how you can have like media, how the events are really like user-friendly. I think the activities and events make it quite a fantastic tool to use.
It helps us because we have everything centralized in one only tool, right? So we invoice using Kinderpedia. We have all the centralized information from every one of our learners in Kinderpedia. It manages all the information regarding what subjects are they taking, their individual checklist, which is something very specific to BGA. And it's also the way we communicate to parents. So I mean, it's very extensive in the sense that is only one tool that provides us all these different services. For one sense, it has all the information about the student, and since we have a lot of flexibility and our students can travel from one hub to the other, it is very important that this is all digital, so someone in South Africa can access the information of a student that is in Braga, because maybe the two learning coaches want to talk about that. So that is really important. On the other side, the part that is supporting us on an academic point of view is centralizing the for the learner to manage his own, because it's a self-directed process. So for them to manage on their daily basis, their daily plan. So okay, in maths I need to do quiz 2.1 and then I need to resubmit the assignment in English. So for them it's a practical tool. Builds students' responsibility and autonomy, which is something that for us, BGA, is extremely important. So to have found Kinderpedia and to have found this partnership is really relevant because we have the concept, but then we need technology to support that. So having found that for us is really important. Well, in these ages, I think less than it is in preschool and in primary school. The parents don't really want to know exactly what's happening on a daily basis, but at least from our side, it is something really important for us to communicate on a daily basis. And I think email is every day more outdated. So the fact that they can message the learning coach saying in our case, it's both the parents and the learners themselves to say, I'm not coming in today because I'm going to do the photography course, and for also the parents to be constantly watching the progress of their kids in terms of academics. I think that Kinderpedia can really support us not only in the communication from BGA to the parents, but where the parents can come in and observe how the kids are doing academically, and it's sort of not only through the portfolio, but specifically watching the progress of their kids in terms of academics.
You know, the onboarding was fantastic. I think Kinderpedia was open to training all of our staff multiple times. I think we had 2 or 3 training sessions, first with like central core staff and then with sort of other staff members as well. So that was really, really useful. But also the actual customer service support on the platform, if you have questions about how to work and how to use it and things, it was really kind of like immediate responses, and that made the implementation of Kinderpedia quite easy, or learning about it very, very easy. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Kinderpedia. The main reasons, as what I mentioned, so the benefits. One is the onboarding is really, really easy. They go through a lot of effort to train the staff members, but also the customer service once you've been onboarded is also fantastic. The user interface for the app, for the parents, for the kids, for the staff, all of them involved, it is really quite a great software. So for that, I definitely recommend it.
I do recommend Kinderpedia to schools from nursery to high school, because from one side or the other there is always ways for you to explore Kinderpedia in all its extension.